Hello folks, just a short video here of some things with the new Atlas Gold train engines, the SD70s. This is the veterans unit. I've done a go rail already, but I wanted to show a couple things that I did that people were asking me about and how I did the ditch lights. Just want to go over a couple things. Excuse me. Video's not that great. I'm not a photographer, so hopefully bear with me and you don't get dizzy from the shaking. This is the decoder board here, and it goes in like this. Is that right? Let's see here. No, it goes like this. And it just slides backwards. The front is up this way, which is different on most of the boards, because as you get, well, I guess you didn't even see that, did you? Okay, so the board goes in like this, and you push it down and you slide it back. It just pops into place like that. Couple things while we got this up here. This LED here is your LED number 4. This is your LED number 3. LED 1 is directly under the headlight. LED 2 is directly under this light here. Right now, Atlas has 4 and 3 running your front and rear ditch lights. Both front lights go off of this one. Both rear lights go off of this one. The lights both flash at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that so that they work independently of each other. But anyway, so to get this out, you just push it down a little bit, pop it forward, pops right out. There's your LED 1, there's your LED 2. Now you do have little connectors here for aux 3 and aux 4 and V+. In order to use those, you have to put resistors in there. Those are 12 volts. You'll blow out an LED in a blink of an eye. After talking to ESU, they suggested just removing this LED right here and running the wires directly to it, which on the other engine I did. But I'll take pictures of this one so everybody can see how that one and that one go together. We're going to use LED 1 and LED 3 for the front. Now, you can use 2 and 4 here to do the rear lights on the engine if you want. I have elected not to. I don't run my engines in reverse with the ditch lights anyway. So here's the front. As you can see, there's the ditch lights. They're actually pretty small. I had to drill them out with a small drill in order to get the 401 LEDs to fit in there. So, you know, that was the only way to do it. There's the rear ditch lights, which I said I won't be using. So they'll come on and they'll stay on steady in reverse. Because I won't have them flash. They just don't look right. So inside here, get here in the light where we can see this. You can see the light tubes down there. It's one tube. It goes into that little block, and the end of it is melted, so that it doesn't come out. It comes down and comes along the front and up under that front sill. Same thing for the back. If you look, you can see where it comes in that little block, and it goes along the back and under the sill. The way you have, these are put together pretty much like a Kato is, except for right there in the front where the seal comes up and hits the front frame of the ditch light. They have glued those together, so you have to be careful popping them apart. The other thing too that I'm going to look at changing is the headlight. The headlight is just not very bright at all. You can barely see it as far as I'm concerned. It needs to be a little brighter. So I'm going to look at probably doing that, which means that area up there has to come loose to see what we're going to do there. But that was pretty much about it for that. Like I said, I've done a go rail already and sent that to my buddy. So we'll see how he likes it when he runs it. I liked it on mine when I ran it on mine. Okay, now I get my knife back. These here, these little tabs right here, these are your motor tabs and these are your speaker tabs. And I don't know how much of y'all have heard about the new design, but as you can see, it's right there. They got a wire in the side of the frame, soldered to the top of the truck. Now this one here that I got, the wire had come loose, so it was running really crappy. But I was trying to find some place to lay this where you can see this a little better, but I guess I'm not going to have any such luck. There we go. What I wanted to show you was, if you look right here, there's the channel there, and there's the other tab up there, right there. Your channel comes back up and there. That is the line and the channel for the strips. And why Atlas did not use those strips, I do not know, but I think I'm probably going to end up getting a set of those strips and putting them in there, because I can see these wires being a pain coming loose. Like I said, when I got this one, the wire was already broke loose. Alright, so my next thing to do here is I'm going to get this cab apart. I've got to take the handrails apart. I've got to work it from up underneath here where it connects together and get it to pop loose. I have to pop the handrails apart. I left the foam in here so when I'm handling this like this and I'm pushing on it to grip it, that I don't push or break the handrails in. So I've left them on there intentionally. But once I get that apart, I'll need to pop the sill out, and when I do that, I'll get this this whatever you want to call the fiber optic wire or whatever for the lights out, because it's definitely not a light tube. It's too flexible, and I'll show you that when I get this apart, and you can see it on the back ones. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to put it on pause so I get this apart, and then we'll continue. Oh, one other thing. This is your speaker here. Up underneath, it's milled right into the fuel tank. Does a really good job, very loud, and very, very good sound. So that part of that was really good. So, alright, we'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, we're back. As you can see, I've gotten them separated. If you look here, you'll see a little clip right there, and you'll see a little clip right there. You got those that hold it on, and then along your edge here you have two right there and two right up there in the front, along with those clips. That pretty much holds the frame on, or the body on. Set this right here with the rest of my parts I'm taking off. This is the chassis piece here. These are the what they're using for the LEDs. Let's kind of hold this here and do this. But as you can see, these here are just like little tubes. They are very, very flexible. You can bend them all the way around. It's just like a little fiber optic tube. That's all it is. So you got to get this piece here popped up off of there, and this is attached to the ditch lights. If you look real close, you can see where they connect together. You gotta be very careful popping those apart so that you don't pop that whole light, break that whole light off of the front part of the porch. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then of course the back is the same way, but I won't be doing the back because I don't work with back ditch lights on my railroad. But anyway, as you can see with the even with the regular light, let's see if I can get it up here enough to get it to show through. I guess I'm not going to be able to. But they're just a little tiny piece of fiber is all it is. Let's see if we can. No, not going to do it. Oh well. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'll get back to it. Okay, we're back again. As you can see, it's all apart. Looks just like the way that Kato has done theirs with the little channels. Those channels are good to run your little wires through when we do that. As you can see what I was talking about here, how this piece stays there and you work it. Now what I did was, I took a really sharp X-Acto knife, actually brand new blade, and I stuck it right along the edge here, right along this edge, and just kind of wiggled it a little bit, and it popped that piece and this piece right here, this frame piece, there you go, apart. So turn around here. What I did was where it connects onto there, I took my knife and I stuck it right along this edge right here, and I just kind of wiggled it, and then it what it did was it just popped it apart. Same thing over here, just kind of wiggled it and popped it off. I actually did it on the side, like over here also, so kind of freeze it back. When I did, it just popped it back, and then I was able to pry it up off of this piece right here. As you can see, there's just two pins in there. There's two little pins is all that holds it down on there. And when you run it, you can run your wires back down along those little channels that are right there. So you'll have the room and stuff to do that. So that's that part. Next, I'm going to take my tiny little drill bit here. Get her out of here. I'm going to take this little tiny drill bit and I'm going to make those holes just a little bit bigger so that you can get your 402 LEDs down in there. So anyway, that's the next step. Okay, we're back again. So let's see here. So we can see these any better. Okay, so this is the size they were. Okay. Hey, look there, you can see the lights shine up a little bit when they get up in light, but that's the size they were. Okay, so what I did was drilled out my drill. So now they're just a little bit bigger, not very much. They're still within the frames and everything. You didn't tear up any of the frames. Looks like I got a little extra plastic I need to clear it off of there. But anyway, so there that looks for it. So now you see that they're just a little bit bigger, and that way that'll allow that 401 LED to go through there, or 402, whichever one it is. So we'll get working on that next. Okay, folks, I'm back. I took the cab apart. As you can see, I took out the headlight, and the piece with the headlight has a number of boards on it. So all that's been taken out, and it's right here. Grab this, as you can see. where are we at? There we are. There's the number boards for it. And the two little headlights. This isn't very bright the way they have this. There's actually a gap between here and where the LED sits back here, so you're not getting all the light you need. So what I'm going to do probably is, again, widen this out just a little bit, those two little holes up there, and run two LEDs in there. Give me a really super bright headlight. Now on this piece right here, what I'll do is I'll take and I'll cut very gently, very easily along here and come back to about here. I'll do a cut like that, and I'll do another cut on this side about like that, like a V. So that way this will be able to come back, and then